Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've been reading manga now for a while and I've dived into the shoujo manga genre, and some of the mangas I've liked, others not so much. In this video, I'll be listing out 7 shoujo mangas that I would recommend to anyone who wants to get into shoujo manga. Some of them are completed, others are not completed, and I'll also have 4 honorable mentions. The first one is Kamisama Kiss, and a little disclaimer for this one, I watched season 1 and 2 of the anime and then I read on in the manga because the anime doesn't cover all that happens in the story. So I read from the point in which it ends in the anime and then picked that up from the manga and then continued on the series from there. Kamisama Kiss is a classic shoujo manga, so even if you watch another YouTube video about shoujo mangas for beginners, or if you look up any shoujo mangas or anime that you like to watch, this one is bound to come up. So our main character, Nanami, is stuck in a sticky situation. Her dad leaves her to avoid paying a gambling debt. The debt collectors kick her out of the apartment because her dad isn't there to pay the debt and she has no money, so they just kick her out. Now Nanami is alone and homeless. Nanami is in the park alone, homeless, until she sees a guy who is absolutely terrified of a dog that is barking at him. She saves the man from the barking dog and he's very grateful. So the man then offers Nanami to live in his house and she's like, sure, because he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be there anymore anyway, so you can live there. But little does she know that his home is a shrine, and what she agreed to was basically being the local deity of that shrine. This story is so easy to get into. The anime has 2 seasons, so you have a lot of content to get through, and the intro and the outro of the first season, iconic. Like, I still have them on my playlist because that is how much I love it. This story is a great combination of fantasy, slice of life, and romance. This series is completed and it is pretty long. It's 25 volumes, but like I said, if you wanted to start off with the anime first and then read the manga later, you can also do that. That's what I did, and I think that made it a lot more easier to get through. The next series I'd like to recommend is Akane Banashi. After witnessing her father being expelled from a Raguko exam, she then takes it upon herself to learn the traditional Japanese art of Raguko. This story felt so empowering, and even as I was reading it, I just loved the intensity of Akane and her devotion to the art of Raguko. Akane is so strong-willed and very determined. Even when others make fun of her or doubt her abilities, she still pushes on. This series taught me a lot about Raguko because I had no idea that this was even a traditional Japanese art. It's basically a traditional Japanese art of storytelling, and it's told through one person, and one person pretends to be the other characters in the story. In this story, you also meet very interesting characters from the masters and other students that are learning Raguko. I started reading this series in 2023. Right now, of the manga, there's volume 1 to 15, and 16 is going to come out in May. And the anime for this manga is actually already out too as well. There's episode 1 to 3 on YouTube for the global audience. In Japan, they get it on Netflix. I watched a little bit of episode 1, but I had to stop myself because I was too excited with everything that I saw. It was exactly like the manga. And even Oda, the creator of One Piece, loves this. So if Oda loves this and he's the GOAT, then you know it's good. Number 3, I have Girl Crush. So our main character, Tenka Momose, is an outcast in middle school. Tenka decides to make use of her talent of excelling at everything in middle school and into high school in order to be loved by others. Tenka also has never really had a strong passion for anything. This works out for her until she meets a girl named Iran Sato. Sato's dream of becoming a K-pop idol is so strong within her, and this inspires Tenka to go for the same thing, become a K-pop idol. I loved reading volume 1, and I also have volume 2 and 3. The rest of the volume, I heard that the story gets really great. It shows characters that are devoted to their dreams and their aspirations. If you love K-pop, this is definitely a series for you. This series has 6 volumes thus far and is ongoing. Number 4 is Usotoki Rhetoric. The main character, Kanoko, has the ability to hear lies, but because of this ability, it forces her to leave her hometown where she is not welcomed. Kanoko moves to a new town, and in this new town she meets a poor detective named Iwai Soma, and he's a very eccentric detective to say the least. However, she decides to join him, and from there they solve many mysteries together. This was also a very easy read. Kanoko and Soma solve a lot of fun and interesting mysteries. I had a fun time reading this series. This series includes a little bit of romance, mystery, slice of life. There's a lot, and also comedy, of course. There's a lot of comedy too within this series, so I had a really good time reading it. And this series is completely completed with 10 volumes. Number 5 on my list is Pink and Habanero. Our main character Mugi has always wanted a boyfriend, but she is just too shy. And our main male lead Kei could care less about ladies even though he always attracts them. Their worlds collide when Mugi finds out what Kei does for his part-time job. This one was another fun read for me. It really reminded me of Maid-sama, and if you haven't seen Maid-sama, you need to watch it. It's a great anime, and it's also manga too as well. So if you end up reading this one and you want more, you should also read Maid-sama. That one's completed. This volume 1 had a lot of funny moments. So far there are 4 volumes and the series is ongoing. Number 6 is Orange. At the beginning of 11th grade, our main character Naho receives a letter from her future self. At first, she pays very little attention to what is written in the letter until she starts to see the events that are written in the letter happen in real life. Her future self leaves her with one mission and one mission alone, and that is to save Kakeru. This is a great story about mental health, friendship, and living in the present moment. I remember this manga series being so popular in like 2016, and this was way before I started to get into manga. This story will make you view life in a different way. This series is complete with 7 volumes, and there's also an anime if you're interested. I watched a little bit of the anime. I really liked it. The last series I have to recommend is Aria of the Beech Forest. Aria is a young witch who lives alone in the forest. She has her routines and is very comfortable with the way she lives. That is until she runs into a white wolf, and to her surprise, the wolf talks, and so from there her life completely changes. This was such a cute and short story, and as the reader you can see Aria grow throughout the story. This story reminds me of the anime Secrets of the Silent Witch because the main character in that story is also a shy witch. It's a great story about confidence, getting out of your comfort zone, and friendship. Now we have reached the honorable mentions. The first series I like to mention is Yuara. Our main character, Yuara, can see spirits and also sense their emotions. She keeps this a secret to herself until she meets 2 other classmates named Mei Tendo and Yako Hoshino. These 2 boys also have the ability to see spirits and also expel them. This series is completed at 5 volumes. Next up, I have Otaku Vampire's Love Bite. Hina, our main character, is not a normal vampire. She doesn't drink blood from humans, instead she drinks blood from blood bags, and she has not left her house at all. That is until her father gives her a DVD of this anime called Vampire Cross. She absolutely loves this anime and starts to fangirl over this character named Mao. Her love for the character Mao is so intense that she decides to leave Romania and go to Japan. This series is 7 volumes long and is ongoing. Next up, I have Haru Ride, or Blue Spring Ride. Our main character Futaba thinks that all boys are loud and obnoxious and just downright annoying. That is until she meets a boy named Kau Tanaka in junior high. By the time she realizes she has feelings for him, it's too late and he's already moved away to another city. Tanaka reappears at Futaba's high school, and Futaba is really excited because she finally gets to meet again the boy that she started to have feelings for. However, this time he seems a bit different. This series is completed with 13 volumes and there's also an anime. My final recommendation is Sakura Saku. Our main character, Saku Fujigaya, gets saved on a train by a random man. She really wants to thank the person who helped her out on that day. The only lead that she has is a note left from him with his name Ryosuke Sakura. No phone number, no address, nothing else. At her high school, she meets a boy who supposedly has an older brother named Ryosuke, the same name that she saw on her note, and thinks, well, this might be my lead to finding the man who helped me. This series is completed at 9 volumes. That is it for this video. There were a lot of recommendations. If there are any other shoujo manga that you think are great for beginners, please write them down in the comment section below. We always love some good recommendations, and let me know if you would like a part 2 of this video. And until next time, bye bye.